Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another Ethanimale 2 upload. Who could have guessed it? The second episode of Eradication Live came out last night. I didn't get a chance to watch it because, well, I purposely am waiting to watch it for these streams. I don't need to do all the exposition that I did last time. So, yeah, where we left off, Jonah had just been eradicated. We're down to the final 11. And now we can just hop right into it. Spoilers, not spoilers. I don't think this is going to be a great episode for me. I guess that is kind of spoilers. Whatever. Here we go.
We have a little bit of a twist, and it's not a crazy twist, not a format twist or anything, but rather we're gonna do a riot right now. There will be no elimination though. This is a memory competition. So I'm giving you the answers to a future riot right now. You will have to remember as much as you can. At any point in the future, there may or may not be a riot associated with the information you're about to get. So remember as much as you can. Yep.
I'm really glad they're speeding this section up. This took forever. And I mean, like, it's purposely done so in a way that is hard for you to memorize. I mean, there were like 15 colors you had to memorize. But I just remember it taking the longest time. And like, you had to like keep your hands up. Not that this was like an endurance challenge, but it was just an awkward position to just hold this for a while. But it was fun, and especially I enjoyed that they did it so early on because it constantly had to be in your head.
Orange. Keep your hands in the frame. To torture you a little bit, we're gonna keep.
Also, for the record, the strategy I think that you should do if you're ever doing this is just. I don't remember exactly how many colors there were. I guess I could have just counted there. But remembering the first letter, like, obviously you don't want to remember the whole color. It's easy to just remember the first letter and make words. So, like, I think at one point there was blue, orange, blue. Bob. Bob is super easy to remember as opposed to blue, orange, blue. And I think I did that. I don't think there were 15 colors. Maybe there were less. But I think I did. I did that. I made 4 different words, and memorizing 4 words is a lot easier than memorizing, 13 colors. So I was able to memorize them all.
Keep your hands up just a little bit longer. So, no hands down.
I think a lot of other people did that too, though. So I'm not
I'm going to give you your
a
faction
genius.
requirement right now. You must create 3 factions of 3. Access is still
So with 11 people, this will just leave 2 people out if all 3 factions are created.
granted to all 4 rooms. There will be a room limit, 5 players per room. So now there is a larger room limit than the actual requirement. Hopefully that makes things easier for you. Lastly, you have actually just 5 minutes. You can put your hands down and your time starts now.
First round, we had 10 minutes. And now from this round, and I think all future subsequent rounds, we only get 5 minutes, which really speeds up things up and adds to the chaos. And it really, at least for me, knowing that there's only 5 minutes, like, you want to lock something down as fast as you can. Because you don't have that much time to scramble if you're not in something. If you wait a minute and you're not in anything, you have 180 seconds or 240 seconds to figure something out, or you're going to the riot.
Now.
Yellow, orange, red.
Yeah. I got that. Green, and then I have blue, orange, blue.
I'm quaking. Oh god, that was scary.
Stop talking. Write this down.
Oh, poor VC.
And then green, orange, red, yellow.
Green, orange, red, yellow. That's what I have too.
Need to write
Oh yeah,
this
yeah, oh yeah.
down.
Yeah, green, orange, red, yellow, so that was gory. Another easy word to remember.
God.
Oh yeah, and me and Miles and I, as soon as we got out of there, we went to the same room and we just compared notes, just in case, just to make sure that we both had it right, because Miles was somebody that I was aligning with.
Oh my god.
And then green, blue, green, orange.
Green, blue, green, orange. Yeah.
Wait, okay. Wait,
Okay.
hi, BC. I kind of feel really bad if I say this because you're here and I feel awkward.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if wait, how do you say your name? Sorry, is it Hannah?
Hana.
Hannah. Okay.
Hannah.
And Taylor, did you guys want to do a 3?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jess is a savage. I didn't know that Jess was the one that initiated the 3. I always thought that Hannah was the one that initiated the girls group. That's interesting information there. Not that it matters all that much, but I didn't know Jess did that. Good for Jess. Poor VC. VC getting the short straw yet again. Oh, you can see VC does not. I mean, to be fair, if I went in there, I was in their spot, and then Jess was like, "Hey, sorry, Ethan, I'm gonna ask everybody else in this room to join a faction except for you." I would also be like, "Damn, that sucks. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the one that's left out." So I get it. I get that. That is not the best position to be in.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
come
I'm
on.
sorry.
We're
I'm
just
sorry.
listening to Riot. Come
I'm
on.
sorry. No, I am sorry. It's just like gotta keep the girls young.
Wow, that was stressful.
Okay,
hello. Hey.
Hi, people. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. Dante, I want to be with you because I think me and you have spent the most time together, and I really trust you. So.
I mean, on
That's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of chaos in a moment, and I am hyper-analyzing this. That's the whole point of this series, is I kind of want to hyper-analyze every little thing. Let's just go back to where it shows the 5. This is before anybody's made any group of 3. And I get Hudson wanting to lock down somebody. However, by locking down Dante in front of everybody and then being like, Dante, I trust you 100%. I want to be with you. That is, in a way, singling out the 3 other people in this room, making it so that they could easily join up together. I think that is. I mean, it is also possible that Hudson started saying this before people started joining. But that is, I think that does put a little bit of a bullseye on them. I wish I was in the room at that point. I would have spotted that and just been like, huh, got to take note of that one.
Spent the most time together, and I really trust you. So.
I mean, honestly, I would feel a lot more comfortable at least securing the only 3 women here
Yeah.
to move past. So,
And
sorry.
like I know. I'm sorry, BC.
Stop.
I feel so mean. Why am I like this?
So I guess we just need a third, and then we're our
Yeah. Dante, Hudson, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So, I know we kind of like discussed possibly having
Yeah.
a faction of 5 with Jonah and BC. I don't know what fell through here, but like it wasn't created, so I'm just kind of confused.
Yeah. I'm not loving our spot right now.
Yeah. Okay. So the first 2 times that we left the common area, me and my original group of people, like Noah and Maximo, and then eventually Jess, but we all went to this room right afterwards. Me and Miles went, and as we're comparing notes, I'm realizing nobody else joined. Everybody was elsewhere. And that was a little bit scary because I did know that only 2 people were going to be left out. But
Never mind.
Well, now I
No.
am.
Luckily, 1 second later, Noah appears.
Yo.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to look
Maximo,
out after everybody. If we could get Jess and like Taylor.
Okay, for a little bit of clarification, it looks like I didn't say yes there. A, I was definitely saying yes. B, I think Maximo joined slightly earlier than it showed. I could be wrong. But I didn't want to, as soon as Maximo joined, just be like, yes, us three, let's go, screw everybody else, all that stuff. As soon as I saw Maximo join, I was like, Maximo was the person I considered to be, like, that's the person I wanted to work with the longest, but it was so early on in the game, I was not willing to, like, drop Miles and Noah at a chance of saving Maximo yet, especially because that totally screws over my portrayal of being a loyal person. Being loyal and being portrayed as loyal are two completely different things. I was okay with eventually not being loyal, but I wanted to be portrayed as loyal because people would work with me at that point. So I didn't want to just say, like, I couldn't just leave Noah and Miles to save Maximo. I wouldn't really want to, like, do that. And at the same time, but at the same time, I didn't want to just leave Maximo out to dry. Jeez, I can't speak. I didn't want to leave Maximo out to dry. So as soon as I saw Maximo joined, I wanted to be like, okay, I'm down for this, but, like, let's find a way to maybe give Maximo somebody too. And I hadn't seen what was going on in the other rooms, so I didn't know that the three women had already formed something, and I had no idea what was going on with, Hudson and Dante's side. But yeah, if it looks like I wasn't saying yes here, I definitely was saying yes. I was definitely in this faction of three. It was kind of just a first come first served basis, and Noah got there first, and I happened to be there as well.
Yeah, it seems like Taylor and the three girls, they had a conversation at the end of the last round. Just felt bad for them, so I don't know if they're gonna go.
Hey, what's up? My name is Miles. I'm 20 years old and I'm from North Jersey. I would like to win. I would like to see people seeing me win because I'm a very competitive person. I don't like losing. I will fight everything to be in a faction. However, I'm not scared to be in a riot. I will go rogue to be in a riot just to save my number one ally, because in this game, as long as you bring people you trust with you, you're gonna make it to the end.
Maximo, please talk to people because we just kind of settled
Fair.
on something and it's kind of like,
Max,
I'm sorry.
do you think? I mean, I don't.
Go.
I don't want to leave Maximo out to dry at all.
Right.
Oh, VC, do you have anyone?
You should try to
I
get
don't have
Jess.
anyone. I don't
Okay,
have
take
anyone.
Maximo and take some and get someone else.
Try to get Jess. Try to get Jess again.
Okay, so I'll do any. Oh, who?
Okay,
Sorry.
you're with Maximo. Y'all just need a third person.
I'm
Try to
going.
get a Jess, Taylor,
I think that
Modern.
they're in their own room right now. You gotta get into one of those two
Well,
rooms.
Hannah, Taylor, and Jess are all together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys need to
just
go.
They just straight up told me to go away. They literally said to go away, and I'm just like, hello, my name is V.
Interesting stuff. Like I said, this is really fun for me to watch because I didn't see anything outside of my perspective. So right there, I kept saying, try to get Jess, try to get Jess, try to get Jess. Because I knew that Maximo and Jess, like, hit it off well. And I had no idea at that point that Jess had joined with the three girls and had kicked VC out like a total savage. And I mean that in a good way. Like, you gotta make decisions, and like, I wasn't in the first episode, I wasn't strong enough to just kick Modern out and just be like, sorry Modern, we got a 5 already. But you see Jess here, and Jess is like, sorry VC, I would like these 3 people. Which, I mean, good for Jess. Bad for VC, boy.
VC, I'm 18 and I'm unemployed. I'm really good at being sneaky. I'm really good at making people make jerk decisions. I'm also a comp beast, so if they ever decide to send me to the riot, yeah, that's not gonna work out too well. Overall, I'm here to dominate this game. I think you're looking at the future Eradication winner right here.
Do we think it's true? Guess we'll just have to wait and find out. I know the answer. But do you know the answer? Some of you probably do.
The girls or the commons room?
Hannah, Jess, and Taylor, because they're like, and I understand the reason why I'm not offended, right? Because they're women, you know, right? They said they want to stick together, and I understand that, but it was kind of whack screwing me over. But
Right.
Okay, y'all gotta go to
And
commons then. Go to commons.
I sprinted here after Dante and Hudson were like, we just need a third, and Modern raised his hands.
Possibly having a faction of 5 with Jonah and BC. I don't know what fell through here, but like it wasn't created, so I'm just kind of confused. Do you know like what happened on your part?
I think I was too late with sending my names. I was trying to.
Yeah.
So that first round, it was supposed to be a 2-person riot, but instead it ended up being a 7-person riot because one of the factions wasn't created, and it's because Dante didn't put the names down right, or like he waited too long. I didn't know this, I didn't know that this happened. So in my head, I was like, somebody is snaky over there, and I love it. But it turns out Dante just messed up.
Okay.
That was understandable, especially since it was like last minute. I think I got mine in, but like I don't know. I wasn't like too sure to like. I wasn't sure of that plan because it was kind of like last minute. So I don't know. My name is Hudson. I am an 18-year-old attending university on the west coast of Canada. How I got introduced to Eradication?
I don't know if Hudson was in Canada.
A really good friend of mine. He introduced him to me. I watched a few episodes. Being in university, I tend to work with a lot of people that I may not know or may not have a current relationship with. So I think that kind of skill and that kind of experience will definitely help me in a game like this. I've got a very unique playstyle that not a lot of people possess. I really like to have a lot of fun and sometimes even cause a bit of chaos. Although it doesn't work all the time, I like to go for these crazy moves that, you know...
It really seems like I'm the only rookie here. Like, I mean, I guess that's kind of understandable. Like, most of the players that compete in orgs are, you know, typical. Like, they play in a lot of orgs. But everybody we've seen so far is an org superstar. And then I'm just here like, I've never done anything. So, I didn't realize. I guess that was a little naive of me to think that there would be a handful of people that haven't done this before. That's on me.
Might not be the best strategically, but seem fun to me and funny to me.
Okay, well, I kind of put mine in when we discussed it, like us 3.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
I just want to. But I kind of do want to have us 3 as a faction. I know you and Dante are kind of tight like that, but if we can secure us 3 as a faction, I'd love
Fine,
that.
yeah. I mean, we've been here since the beginning, so...
Yeah, this is
So
our,
might as well be.
the common people or whatever that was.
So I'm just gonna submit that right now.
Yeah, I think we should
That's
submit
a good
those
idea.
right now.
Okay, look, that I just said that because I just wanted to be open, and I don't really want to go in the riot, and I'm sure you guys don't really want to go in it again.
No,
And I feel
yeah.
like-
I need to remember to mute myself. I've been talking and I'm like muted. Oh my god, sorry.
That's okay.
I was saying I agree, and I want to get past a riot. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you were able to make connections to be safe last round. Like, is there anyone that you think we could also pull in to have, like, a solid group of 4 or 5?
I think his name was like Ethan or something. He was really nice.
Yeah! Okay, that's clutch. I didn't know that, I mean, I guess being the first name that just says, what did she say?
I think his name was like Ethan or something. He was really nice. Maximo. Honestly, I really liked those 2. They were like, oh, you know, we'll let you in ours. And
Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess that's kind of like the vibe I got, but that's still good. I didn't know that, Justice putting in a good word for me. On the other side, hell yeah, social game going strong. Now I just need that to carry me to the end. I didn't know that. That's just cool to hear. That's all. Good for my game.
I felt like that was like, you know, I felt good with them.
No, I wish there were bigger room limits because I really like modern, and I think
Hey,
If,
I trust both of you.
and,
I got all 15 colors. I was
No.
literally like
Yeah,
rock.
I got them all too.
Literally,
We just had the
I was
same
just
15
confirming
colors.
it.
We just
All right, a couple things. First, I guess there were 15 colors. Second, I'm sorry I'm pausing all the time, but I'm gonna keep pausing all the time just to talk about it. If you just want to watch the episode uncut, the link will be in the description to go watch the episode. Highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, so from the first episode, I did spend a lot of time talking with Modern, and even though I didn't plan on factioning with Modern at that point because we already had a 5 for the first round, I did really get a good like sense of, you know, possibly working with Modern in the future. At this point, I still was not that willing to leave the room. And I mean, like, if you see, nobody is leaving their room if they have a faction. None of the 3 girls are leaving. Dante, Hudson, and Modern haven't left. And then myself, Noah, and Miles hadn't left either. Because you don't want to open up the door for something to change without you being there. And it's another thing where the room limits suck, because if the room limits were 6 or higher, like, us 3 could all move to somewhere and try to talk and try to get something like maybe Sway Modern to join Maximo and DC. And I really wanted something like that to happen. Ideally, I wanted Maximo to survive. Truthfully, and I'm sorry, VC, I didn't know VC at this point. I didn't care if VC was part of Maximo's faction. My ideal before this round even started, if I had to pick those 3, I would have been Modern, Jess, and Maximo, like as a 3. But it seemed like Jess was not budgeting. So at this point, I was just like, oh, maybe, you know, Modern also spent some time with Maximo. Maybe there's a chance, but I wasn't ready to fully put my neck out on the line. And I also, like I said, I still didn't want to be jumping around to everybody. I didn't want to be seen as that person that was jumping all over the place, especially if the only people that are jumping are the people that are on the outs right now. It just didn't make sense. It didn't add up to seem like a good idea. And at the end of the day, like, if Maximo goes in, it's still a 50-50 chance. Like, Maximo could come out, and I would hope that he wasn't gonna take it out on me. Like, I really did want him to stay. So the hope is that if Maximo does end up going in, and if Maximo survives, that he does not come back with a fury against me or my group.
Hello.
Get together.
I am glad that we all survived that faction, to be honest.
so sorry.
That was so intense.
Did
Like,
you guys
Maximo.
make the riot together?
Yes.
Send me to the right
Yeah.
again. Send me to
But
the right.
like, listen, that thing was so insane.
It was so
Do you see this? Never again. Ever again.
So does anyone want to form a 3? Does anyone want to form a 3?
We're already.
I think. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I'm just gonna stay straight up. I think we're.
Oh, he left. And I was thinking 4-1-3-2, blue, orange, blue, Mets 2.
Anyone.
I had the whole thing.
Wait, who was I even with?
Maximo, y'all need a 3rd. You guys gotta break up the commons.
Yeah, but none of the comments said they're good to go, so I guess we're just screwed.
Okay.
Well, tell them that one of them were the people who went
wanna go
rogue
try
and
to
that
get-
you can't trust each
Do
other.
you want to go try to get modern?
Yeah, let's get modern.
I think
Modern
you
is
can,
the one to
I
go to.
think
because
modern.
Let's fight for it. Let's fight
They're
for it.
the
Let's
one who
fight
took
for
in
it.
modern last second. Dante and Hudson are close.
I
No
feel
one
so
else.
bad.
I felt so
Also,
bad.
guys, I do have the code written down. I'm pretty sure I remembered all of it because I was repeating it as he said it. But it's, by the way, it's like by letter. So
Yeah.
YORGBO. And then
I just wanna say this,
EG.
Modern.
Modern.
Yes.
Play the
You
please,
should join me and BC.
please. Please don't send me in.
So much chaos. I would not be able to understand what was going on. But I mean, if I was in Modern's position, I wouldn't flip. I think it is not ideal, not in your best interest to this early on. Like, realistically, what does Modern have to gain from going over to VC and Maximo? He gains 2 allies. That is true. He gains 2 allies in Maximo and VC, and maybe they would be stronger allies to Modern than Hudson and Dante, especially if Hudson and Dante are such a public duo. But is the social capital that you gain with 2 people worth the burning of your name to everybody else? Or it's just like, oh dang, like, well, actually, to be fair, now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't have looked at Modern and been like, oh, I can't believe he flipped. I would have been like, yes, Modern saved Maximo. So maybe it actually would have been a good spot for Modern to flip.
Hudson and Dante just said that they're together and that me and VC were not in a group together last time. And my group just kicked me out. So I'm by myself, VC is by himself, you are by yourself. These guys are gonna stick together. You should come with us.
Please, please.
Modern,
Convincing.
I'm telling you right now, we will not leave you.
And those are
I'm
people
just
who
telling
have.
you right now.
I want to say this: if Hudson and Dante are just trying to stay out of the riot, please send them to the riot. Give them a fair shake.
Well, so are you guys.
Yeah, I was sent to the riot. I was the.
So was I.
No, I didn't know that.
That is really funny that VC said I was sent to the riot. Hudson and Dante were also both in the riot. That's unfortunate argument. And then Maximo was just safe the first round.
Me and VC haven't talked at all.
Also, I love Modern shirt. It was my favorite part of the. Not my favorite part, but it was just like, it was very standout. It stayed in my mind. Like, Modern has the classic Mickey Mouse shirt, and I liked it.
This is the first time we've ever talked. They're together. They want a faction together again because they spent the most time together, and they said it at the beginning. They said it while we
Modern was also with us at the beginning.
Look,
so he was also.
I also want. Yeah, I want to make it clear that I was already with these guys at the beginning. They said they wanted the faction together because while I was off in a different area, they also took that time to be able to talk with you, Jonah, and well, not Jonah, Jonah's gone, but you, VC, and you, Jonah, so that we could faction 5. I don't know what fell through. I don't know if somebody messed up, if they submitted it late, but like we already had that through. Not to like shade you or anything, Maximo or VC, but we kind of had that stuff already.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go back on that as of right now.
That's fine. Do you want to try to go around with the girls?
No, the girls were very not open to anything because the girls said they had to stick together. We're just screwed, I guess.
Thank you all. You all now have 1 minute to submit your factions. Your time starts now.
Please consider it. Please consider it, bro.
Modern, please. Modern, please.
I understand, but I already talked to you what I said in the commons room, and I'm going to stick by it, and I hope you do understand.
I was straight bumming. I was not stoked. Even though I did have, I totally had the ability to flip, I felt powerless. And flipping, it would not have been a good game move.
There was a faction successfully created. First faction consists of Noah, Miles, and Ethanimale. Congratulations.
I was safe. The relief I felt from the first round being safe, I was ecstatic. This time, I felt nothing. I was just, you can even see on my face, I don't feel anything. I am just not having a good time. Well, I was having a good time, but like I was not super thrilled that I was safe.
Congratulations. You 3 are in the top 10. There was a second faction successfully formed. That faction consists of Anna, Taylor, and Jess, you are all in the top 10. Congratulations. There was a third faction successfully created. That consisted of Modern, Dante, and Hudson. You three are all in the top 10. That leaves us with a riot of Maximo versus BC. Everyone else can go ahead and turn off your cameras. This is a Maximo versus BC riot.
I'm 100% wholeheartedly rooting for Maximo. Even if he came back a little bit upset, I felt confident that I could still work with Maximo. I just had not talked to VC, and Maximo was the person that I considered Maximo was the person I wanted to work with the most. So it put me in a spot where I was 100% rooting for Maximo.
Holy crap. Like, it was just 0 to 100.
This is not the best round. I'm safe. However, someone who I factioned with round 1 is not.
It sucks because Maximo is one of my core people already in this game from the meet and greet and from round 1.
I'm so sad that Maximo is in the riot.
Maximo and BC came over because they were left alone. If Jonah stayed, Jonah would have partnered with probably BC and Maximo, and it would have been me, Dante, or Hudson that was in trouble. But no, it was Jonah who left. I know that Dante and Hudson are probably tighter to each other than they are to me. I'm fine with that. I don't really care about that. What I care about is the fact that as of right now, those two are my voting block. I am safe with them. But the fact that I am not tied to them means that I can try and make social connections with other people so that if and when I do leave them for other people, I won't be in that same position.
BC joined very.
That's a pretty good way to describe it. I didn't consider that about Modern's position, but he brings up a good point that he is safe with the two. However, he's not necessarily, he's not tied to them. He's not publicly tied to them, at least.
Very sad, saying that he got kicked out of the girls' call. Feels like lunch all over again. I don't know. There's this mean girls club, and then there's this poor VC getting kicked out of their call. I mean, it's one thing to say, yeah, we're factioning, good luck, VC, but if what VC said is true, that they just kicked him out, that's kind of like.
And I'm gonna try. I need to try to branch out. Like, I don't want them to now think like, oh, the girls are together. Let's, pick them off and exclude them.
Honestly, looking forward, I think it's still going to be a little stressful. I'm happy that I found, two people that I can kind of stick with, and then I guess we'll just go from there.
Riot time.
All right. This competition is called Rock, Paper, Wait, let me think about it. That is the full title of this competition. Here's how this one works. It is rock, paper, scissors of VC versus Maximo. This will be first one to 3 wins the riot. However, you have a limited supply of rocks, papers, and scissors that you can theoretically throw. 3 rocks, 3 papers, and 3 scissors. I will be keeping track with this stream of who has how many left, so you can keep track of what might be the best thing for you to throw. Now,
This would be my least favorite ride to be thrown in. Are you kidding me? I would go into these rides being like, okay, at least let me test my skill. Let me do something. No, it's rock, paper, scissors. I would be so stressed.
It ties after 9 rounds, and we don't have someone who got to 3 wins. The winner will be the last player who threw rock. You may both now submit your first throw. Maximo threw paper. VC threw scissors. VC, you have 1 point. Go ahead and submit your next throw. VC threw wrong. Maximo threw scissors. 2 points to VC. 1 more and it's over. Go ahead and submit your next throw. Maximo submitted wrong. VC submitted paper. Congratulations, VC.
No! Maximo got 3-0'd. Didn't even get a chance. This is not good for me. I was not a big fan of how this ride turned out. Losing my number one so early. I could have fought harder for him. But I didn't. After thinking, like, after I had thought about it, the benefits of keeping Maximo around did not outweigh the drawbacks of turning my back on 2 people I was also working with, Miles and Noah. As well as putting it out there that I was willing to flip on the people I was working with, because it would de-incentivize long-term players from wanting to work with me. It would possibly help me with like the more chaotic on the outs players, but those are the players that are probably going to go more early on. So I really wanted Maximo to stay, but just the way that the cards fell, the cookie crumbled, I was put in a spot where I was in a 3 before I even talked to Maximo, and I couldn't turn my back on them without severely impacting my game in a negative way. So I just had to sit and cross my fingers that also screw the room limit. The room limit also hurt for our alliance being able to try and sway somebody. But yeah, I just had to sit and pray that Maximo won the riot, and then VC goes and destroys him. Good for VC. 2 for 2 in riots now. Maybe his confessional about being a comp beast has a little bit of substance to it. I don't know, but VC, you won this one. Maximo, I was so sad.
Perfect rock, paper, scissors round, which I think is like a 1 in 27 odds. You just won this ride. You can go ahead and turn off your camera and microphone. Maximo, what the heck just happened? Well, there goes my winner pick. Maximo, it was such a pleasure to have you apply for season 2. Give us a little bit of time to get you on to season 3. Do your best, but this luck didn't happen. I don't know how else to say it. Do you have any last words?
All of you can eat glass and drink apple.
He left before he could finish, but you said all of you can eat glass and drink gasoline. Oh, Maximo, I'm sorry.
Maximo.
I think I've found a solid group in Dante and Modern, and I hope we can stick together throughout the game.
We're chugging along. I'm keeping track of like who's been in a faction with who.
I know Jess has got her guys because I'm keeping track. I'm taking notes.
But the one thing I've noticed is that Dante and Hudson are like this. They're even in group calls saying, oh my god, we need a third in front of everybody, and saying they're each other's closest ally. It's round 2. One of y'all needs to go.
This is your final chance to apply before some of our all-star seasons. If you want in...
That's true. I'm releasing this today. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. But if you are at all interested in possibly playing in the 4th live version, the application closes today. Will be this upcoming Saturday on May 6th. Wait. Yes. Saturday, May 6th. I would recommend doing it. It's fun. So get your applications in.
Apply today. Think you got what it takes to win?
Alright, I kind of already said my final thoughts, but I was super sad that Maximo left. I really would have liked to fight harder for him, but I didn't deem that it was good for me to stick out too much. There's like a lot to it. I wasn't thinking about all this stuff, or like I wasn't thinking like 8 steps ahead in the moment. In the moment, I was just like, oh, like, is there anything I can do? I'm like, oh, it's probably not good for me if I leave my group. It's especially not good if I leave my faction to join with them. But I wish it could have gone another way. But at the end of the day, I'm safe and I'm moving on to the final 10. And the hope is that I can figure something out. Do I figure something out? I don't know. Actually, I do know. But you don't know, and I can't tell you. Thank you for watching. It might be a little bit before the next episode comes out because I know they're going to be spending a lot of time setting up the 4th season of the live. I'm excited to watch that happen live. But thank you for watching. Hopefully the next episode is a slightly better episode for me, in the sense of not having my number 1 go home. But we'll see. Alright. See you later. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.